we live?
We're live.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Welcome back to Archetype Aperture. I am Jim, and tonight I have yet another special guest. One of the, what do we call you guys? CCC? I don't know if you want that moniker, but, and I'm going to have you, I butcher names, so I'm going to say it, and then you correct me, okay? It is Jomaris.
Yes.
Jomaris Payan.
Yes.
Oh my God, I got it right.
Unless you want to say it with an accent, Jomaris.
Oh, that's where I messed up. Jomaris.
Mm-hmm.
I should have known better.
You're good. You said it fine.
I should have asked prior too. I always do that.
A lot of people butcher it and they say Jomaris, Jomaris. So you said it good.
Yeah, at least I know the amount of letters that are in there.
Yeah.
So I kind of got it, but Jomaris is a photographer / model. Kind of, sort of, sometimes, occasionally.
Future nurse.
Event planner for sure, which we'll get into that.
Yes.
Yes. What other things do you do outside of photography, or is photography your main source? Like, is that your main thing?
No, I'm actually, I am starting school soon for nursing. So I actually work at a hospital currently.
Congratulations.
And that's what I do most of the time, and then photography is kind of on the side.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So nursing, right?
Yeah.
That's a very noble career. Basically, both of my daughters are in the healthcare field. So that's, and their mom is in the healthcare field. I mean, there's a lot of sick people in the world.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So you won't run out of work for sure.
No.
So how long have you been shooting though on the side?
A year and some change. So about 15 months now.
Okay.
We're being technical with months, but
Okay.
a little over a year.
And how you like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I'll be at a shoot and I'll randomly think I'm so glad that I just went for it.
So I know that you're going to school, and you're doing the photography on the side. But do you think that there might ever come a time when you might say the photography is really taking over my life and it's doing well and things are good? Maybe I'll just step away from this and go full time into that, or will it just always be a side hustle for you?
I think, I don't know. I would probably do nursing part-time in the future and have photography be my main thing, just because I love it so much and I have so much more, not free time, but time to be creative and use my brain in a different way.
Right.
But I would say the goal would be part-time nursing, so I still incorporate that into my life.
Right.
And then
because the benefits, right? The benefits are great.
I've wanted to be a nurse since I was 12.
Okay.
So I've always known I wanted to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cameron said he knew he was going to be a model at the early age of.
Oh yes, I heard.
And you knew you wanted to be a nurse. I was one of those kids growing up that when they would ask us in school, they would say, "What do you guys want to be when you grow up?" And I was the one that could never answer. Still, to this day, if you ask me what I want to be when I grow up, and I'm pretty grown up. I'm kind of there. There's not much more I have. I'm going to fall off the cliff. But so you've been very active, though. Even though it's part-time, you've been very active in the photo community, especially with this. I'm repping tonight, guys.
Shirt.
Yeah, I just grabbed a black shirt. It's my thing. I guess that's my aesthetic. Apparently, that's what Joe said. But you've been kind of actively involved with Collab Cafe and helping those guys out. How are you involved with those guys, and how did you come to be involved with them?
So a little backstory. So basically I'd started photography and I was doing shoots at my apartment. So I bought,
pull this thing
closer.
Yeah, you don't have to get closer. Just pull it to you. There you go.
That better?
Perfect.
So when I first started photography, I was doing shoots in my living room. So I bought a very cheap stand from Amazon and backdrop and everything. And I was like, this is not working. And I don't really want to bring random strangers to my apartment.
Your space like this.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Especially being a girl, I just didn't feel comfortable doing that all the time. If it was my close friend, yeah, but I didn't feel it would be the best
for clients.
Yeah, random clients. So I was like, I really need to find a studio. And I randomly found Lowe's studio. I know some people say it differently, but the Love of Zen studio. So JB, he had a clothing line.
Okay.
Yeah. So Love of Zen, and then I guess made a studio so they can take photos of their clothing and also incorporated it for photographers. So I ended up shooting there once. Met JB, cool people.
Very cool people.
Yeah, we had a great interaction, and then from there I just kept booking and booking and booking. And he was like, "You basically live here, Joe. You're always here." I was like, "I don't know. I loved it." And every time I had a client come, they'd be like, "Is this your studio?" I'm like, "No, it's not, but I'm always here."
I'm going to turn that pink down a little bit.
No, you're good.
So you met JB. I knew he had a studio.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Can you pull the mic down just because it is blocking your face?
Is it?
Is it blocking her?
Yeah, just pull it straight down to the earth.
Well, these are new mic pulls.
Right. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tilt it some more down. Right about. Yeah, there you go.
There?
Perfect.
That
All right.
better?
Yeah.
difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Fixing it on the fly.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, we're good now.
That's how we do.
Roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just got these new boom arms, and they're like super stiff.
Oh, okay.
And just a little.
There you go.
Yeah, he told me he had a studio prior to Collab. I didn't know much about it. We didn't, honestly, oddly enough, when I was there with those guys, I didn't really go in depth with that. When there's 3 people sitting in front of you, it's kind of like they're all answering, and they all have different personalities, so it was like kind of hard to keep my mind straight. Plus, they kept feeding me coffee. And I literally was like, I felt like I was about to explode.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm much more mellow today. So
Understandable.
What would you say your style is, like with the photography when you're shooting?
My style. I feel like it's hard for me to describe because even finding a niche in photography has been difficult. Like I can't say I just do portraits or I just do couples. Like I've always, I don't know, can't choose just one thing.
Yeah.
So I guess my style would just be very bright but not too bright and like editorial vibes basically. But I don't know, I even had posted one time like, what would y'all say my style is, because I want to know from other people's perspective
what they think.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I've been told. I mean, I know for a fact that like I'm just dark and gritty. That's kind of like what I like. I like grain in my photos. I like high contrast, all that good stuff. So I'm like the opposite. I don't know, And I made a comment with the guys at Collab, and I was like really hoping I didn't get canceled because it could have been misconstrued as like a sexist comment, but it was just like they asked something about weddings, and I said I feel like women do better at like couple photos and weddings and things like that, or they gravitate towards those things, and I don't know why. Whereas men, we kind of gravitate towards like animals and race cars and weird stuff like that. Just I guess it's guy stuff. I don't know, but do you feel yourself being gravitating more towards those type of things? Like,
I would say so, and I would maybe just an assumption maybe it's harder for some people to talk with other people, I would say, because sometimes the guys at Collab, they'll be like, Joe, can you help me with this, because I feel like you're able to talk better to certain clients compared. So I would assume that's probably why more women would gravitate towards like wedding events and couples and etc.
Yeah, every time I do a wedding, it's like, I love all my past wedding clients, but it's I have to bring I bring my girlfriend with me. She does all the dressing room shoot, all that stuff, and I just go with the bride. I'm going to go over here with the guys, and then we'll meet in between. But, it's not my favorite thing, having that many people to direct. It is very nerve-wracking. Sure. Yeah. Have you done a wedding?
Yeah, I've done about 4 or 5, and I have a few later this year.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, I would love to second shoot more often just to see, like, different weddings, different styles, and how different photographers do their thing.
Yeah.
I would say I feel much more confident doing a regular like portrait shoot, of course, but with events. Like, you're dealing with so many different people.
It's all happening at once.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah, it's very overwhelming. It can be overwhelming, for sure. I know and we'll get into your event pretty soon, shortly. But I mean, we got plenty of time. We just started. But as far as like collaborating with others, doing the similar to shoots like the one you're about to do, or like we'll talk about. How many people have you really collaborated with, and has it been a good experience for you?
Collaborated as in
like worked with other photographers, other models, what have you?
Wait.
Are you getting like most of your work from collab? I mean,
no, I think most of my clients come from like me posting on Instagram
Okay.
and just different connections throughout my life. So like, let's say, for example, I worked at Winn-Dixie for 4 years.
Oh, okay.
So I made some like friends, and
I'm alumni.
Really? Yeah. So
I worked there for 21 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
I worked
All
there
of
for
them.
3 years.
Yeah, I hired him.
Winn-Dixie?
Well, we worked at together. I hired him at the Nightbox Winn-Dixie that's right down here. But I've worked at San Jose. I've worked off at University.
Really?
I've worked in Palatka, Crescent City. I've worked all over, anywhere in Jacksonville. I was the fixer.
Oh.
Anytime anything bad happened, I would have to go in and fix the processes.
Really?
Yeah. Or if they needed to fire somebody, they would send me in. Wasn't my favorite thing to do, but apparently I was good at it.
No, definitely. So I would say just having connections throughout my life, whether it be from school, somebody who knew me would see and then share it with someone, and somebody I worked with shared it with someone. So just a building of connections and me posting online.
Good networking.
Yes, no, definitely.
For sure.
I think that's also why it's important to just be kind to people, because you don't know throughout life like how that will benefit you later on.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't say how important it is to maintain like good relationships with people, even the ones you might not want to.
Yeah. No, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because it'll always come back for sure. And I think with this group of the creatives that we're involved with is it's just a great collaboration amongst people.
No, definitely.
I haven't seen anything negative coming from that. Have you experienced any negativity outside of, or inside of the collective?
Negative? No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so.
Good. 1 point for collab.
Great. Yeah. No, it's great seeing so many people come out and, do what they love and explore it a little bit more and have that freedom to take photos and meet other people. Like, it's kind of cool to see friendships unfold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew anyone that you've done the podcast with before.
No.
Collab. That's what I'm saying. Like,
no. Everybody that has come on this, well, except for Russell with So Scenic, I've known him for a while. It seems like a couple of years, but we met through Instagram. I just liked his work. He started liking my work, and it was like, guys can become friends really, really fast. I don't know if you've ever seen that. There's like a TikTok or something where the two guys walking down the sidewalk and they just do like that. The next day they're slapping five. And by the end of the week, they're like hugging it out. Yeah. It's just how we are. I don't know if women are the same. I feel like it's a little bit more, it takes a little more, but
I would agree.
But everybody that I met, or everyone that, especially the ones that I've had on this podcast, I really got to know them right here, and which is great for me, and it's great for my listeners. They get to meet you, they get to meet them, and we all get to know each other live.
Definitely. Yeah, exactly.
It is a shame that Jennifer, she has her podcast, and it's going right now. I was in there before we started. I was watching, and
is it Juicy Jet?
Yeah. It's Jennifer. Generally Speaking is her podcast.
Okay, yes, I remember.
And so, shout out to Generally Speaking, Jennifer Janae over at Generally Speaking. She's got Russell, his daughter, and another photographer on there tonight. And so she does a really good show. If you have time, go on. I'm pimping out somebody else's podcast on my own. But that's, she'll be on this podcast shortly, coming up soon.
Okay. I think I saw you had posted about it.
Yeah. And then I think it'll be her and then Chris after that. And then after that, I got Nate.
Yes.
So, and then hopefully after that, I'll get some more and just keep
Mhm.
it going, and that's my goal here.
Mhm.
What are some of your photography goals, like into the future?
My goals.
Have you even
Hmm.
thought that far?
Um, I'm not sure. My goals. I mean, I guess just to continue to be consistent.
Yeah.
I feel like consistency can be very difficult,
Yeah.
but luckily, I mean, all my clients have been amazing, and I've been able to like. It would be, I don't know, basically just not being discouraged when you don't see a lot of people booking, but then out of nowhere, I'll have like 4.
They just roll up.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no point in really being discouraged because luckily it always just kind of works out. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But
I agree.
I don't really have like a growth goal because I don't want to
You don't grow
focus
too
on
big.
the numbers. I got into photography because I used to do YouTube videos.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
You still do it?
Yes and no. I really want to get back into it, and it's just been that's what I'm saying with consistency. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
I feel.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah, I think it's because like I want to look presentable on the like in front of the camera.
Right.
So that's more difficult to like always get ready for the videos.
Right.
And
then it's
photography, I'm just able to like
just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I'm looking crazy, but you know what I mean. So.
Well, I get what you're saying. Like, and here, in like my house, this is where I do all my work. And before I started doing any of this stuff, I was doing it at the studio. But when I would do YouTube videos, I would do them in my living room, and like my girlfriend works from home. So like I'd be in there shooting, and her phone, like the phone would ring, or like the dogs would bark, and I'm like, take 2.
Yeah.
And it's hard to like set it up to where it doesn't look like it's a house, but I just stopped caring about that. I really just said, you know what, I'm just going to make the videos that I want to make and go from there.
Definitely.
What type of YouTube do you, what's your channel consist of?
Basically, back to how I said earlier, I've never had a specific niche.
Okay.
I guess lifestyle mixed in with like, I used to be really big on hair care.
Okay.
I have actually really curly hair, so I would make videos about how I care for my hair, different styles. And then it was a mixture of singing videos. I used to sing a lot.
Oh, okay.
And then...
Why have you sung at Collab?
No.
Oh. We'll see if we can
I'd
get
rather
that
not.
fixed. Oh, okay.
But they've played my videos on the
Oh, have
projector.
they?
I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah, but
I love that.
I never really had a niche. I think that's why it was hard for me to stay consistent. And then last year when I started photography, I think I've had like maybe 2 videos on my new channel about photography.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like my ideas are always evolving. I always have like a new thing.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't want to do nursing, I don't know what I would want to do.
Really?
Like, if nursing doesn't work out, I have to like really think about what I want
If
to do.
nursing doesn't work out, you need to start focusing on weddings and shooting.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do.
No, definitely.
I mean, how old are you?
I'm 21.
So you're 21. And if I would have had some old guy like me telling me when I was 21 to pick that camera back up and stick with it, I mean, I'm just saying it's a great fallback. And especially at your age, I mean, it's the perfect time to build your brand, build your business, and keep it rolling. By the time you're like here, you're going to be doing great. You're going to have people coming and calling you. Can I second shoot for you?
Really?
Oh yeah, for
Appreciate
sure.
that.
Oh, absolutely. I have a friend who's a DJ, a wedding DJ. He's like one of the best wedding DJs in Jacksonville, apparently. And he did their wedding.
Really? Nice.
I've known him since I was like 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
But he's got one of his neighbors is one of his photographers. He's got like, that's what the DJs always get with the photographers, and they kind of come as a package, type of thing. And this guy is all like every wedding he's got a different photographer coming second shooting with him. Yeah. So I mean, if you want somebody to go with, and I can set you up with that, but for sure, don't stop.
Yeah, I won't.
Don't stop. Even if you don't do it for money, for pay, just keep being creative and keep up with the latest trends. That's what I would say.
I think that's the main thing with photography, that like what I've learned is not to give up. Like I kind of sort of gave up on YouTube. I really want to get back into it. I was vlogging last week. I was like, okay, let me just grab the camera And I think that's my issue. Like, I have so many videos. I even have so many videos with my boyfriend, too. And,
Yeah.
like, I'll be editing, and I'm like, I don't like how I look. And then, first, I didn't say this the way I wanted to, even though I redid it, like, 4 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, the editing process, I think, is what's, like...
It's
And
difficult.
I used to love, which I still love editing, but when I was younger, I loved
What do you use to edit?
I used to use Final Cut Pro
Mm-hmm.
and iMovie, and then I don't know. When I was younger, I would just watch a lot of tutorials.
Okay.
So my editing was like a bit better back then.
Yeah.
It was like very time consuming, but my videos looked good. But
Yeah.
basically, what I would say with photography is not to give up, because I'm able to see, like, from beginning to start.
Mm-hmm.
What being consistent, not giving up has done.
Right.
So I think that's basically what's making me want to get back to YouTube, making me want to continue to study. So
Do you think it has anything to do with the cafe, like, and going to these events and feeling all that creative energy that's in that room, and
I would say so, yes.
being around
too.
all the, yeah,
And being able to see the Collab Cafe grow, because I mean, I was able to see it, from the very beginning.
right.
So I don't think I finished my story earlier about when I first.
Please do.
Yeah. So basically, JV, he told me that. Oh, sorry.
He
told
no
me
problem.
that they're closing Low Studio. It was so sad, but he was like, "I promise, it's gonna be great. It's gonna have a sink wall, and it's just gonna be amazing for growth." And I was like, "Okay, I'll trust you." And then I saw it. I was like, "Okay, I'll work with this space." And from there, that's how I got incorporated into the Collab Cafe, creative team.
Have you been there like the whole time from day one?
The building process of it, no, but when they opened and really started their Instagram,
Right.
yes.
Okay.
So he just kind of asked me, like, would you want to be one of the main photographers? Like, you've been there for my first studio. He literally told me I was the main one always there. And then Sophie as well. And then he told me, I think last week he told me the story of like how he got Will to be one of the main photographers too. So so yeah, that's basically what it was. He just wanted me to come along on this new journey of the Collab Cafe. So
I have to say, the first time I saw you at the Collab Cafe, you had your little clipboard. And I was like, and there's so many people, and you were trying your hardest to get everybody wrangled, and like let's sign up for these these time slots, and like I felt bad. I was like, no one's listening to her.
Yeah, it can get frustrating because I know everyone's like in the groove and then they're just doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Like sometimes people aren't in the way and then everyone's getting their turn, and then people are like standing right there. I'm like, you gotta move.
Yeah.
And I know I'm so tiny, so like a lot of people don't. Like, girl.
Yeah, we need to get you like a megaphone.
Yeah, that's what I was telling JB. I was like, I need a microphone or something.
We'll just get you a straight up like police issue megaphone, and you just get right in their ear and say, "Hey!"
No, exactly. But I mean, other than that, I mean, most of the time, everyone just kind of shares the space, and you don't really need to say, "Hey, like your time's up." But
yeah, it seems like once things get cracking, it's just like this panic at the disco.
Yeah.
It's pandemonium.
We'll try to figure out like a more organized way to do it. I think if we have a new system for it, it'll go a bit smoother.
Yeah, even I don't know if you were there, but even Elliot, he got a chance to do it, and he was even having a hard time. But he's got a booming voice, and he was like yelling, and this goes. I just sat back and watched. He was
asking me. He was like, "If you need help, Joe, let me know." I was like, "Okay, thank you."
Yeah, you definitely got a lot of support in there.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure, those guys. I know. Like I said, I'm still learning all those guys, but they're like infectious. And not to keep talking about Collab. Man, I swear, I'm not paid by Collab. I'm not a shill for Collab. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, maybe one day. Who knows? But they definitely have everyone's best interests at heart, for sure.
No, definitely.
What would you like to see happen with the Collab?
What I would want to see happen? I know we do have a few memberships, and like I would love to see more people incorporated into the co-working aspect of it, just like on a regular day. I've seen a few photographers join and like be there to do their work and edit. So I would say probably seeing more people co-work there, like on a regular day, not just an event,
right?
But really using the space for what it was truly made to be.
Yeah, you're parroting what John said.
Really?
So yeah, that's good. The values are in line there, and Sophie is the one I think they were talking about last time, right? She's like always in there.
Yeah, I remember that name.
I think that's her. Isn't that what you said, Sophie?
So yeah, Sophie's there sometimes.
Yeah.
I know. I think Shirley also. Yeah. Just a few different people.
All right, so let's talk real fast about, because I know you're very excited about this upcoming event.
Yes.
See, and let me just, before we get started, I'll just tell you, like, to me, somebody that's thinking about doing this part-time doesn't put this much effort into an event. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't know. I want to do so many different things, and like I said, I enjoy it so much. I enjoy both so much, and I think that's what's making me, like, I put so much effort. I put so much effort. My boyfriend could tell you, I'm always up editing so late.
Yeah, we all are.
Yes.
It's just part of it, man.
Yeah. He's like, you need to go to sleep. Like, don't stay up. I'm like, I have to. I don't know.
I think we need to start a support group for like significant others of photographers, because for sure, you know, my girlfriend will join and you guys can sit around and say, how many times do you have to say you should probably go to bed? You know, at least 10, and I still don't listen.
Yeah.
Archetype Anonymous instead of Alcoholic Anonymous.
What?
Archetype Anonymous.
Anonymous? Oh, I thought somebody was saying something. I was like, somebody called
No,
Archetype?
I'm just saying that. That's an idea right there. That's your app.
Oh, I got you. We'll start an app. A support
All the
group.
people that like to take photos and their chronic illness of it.
Yeah, I can see that happening for sure. We could probably try that. So let's talk about this project that you're starting, and it's when it's going to happen, who's involved, you know, all of the aspects that you can think to talk about that event.
So I am doing a content day, a styled content day, on August 24th from 10 to 8 with Kayla, which is Aniston Photography Co. I actually met her at CoLab too.
Okay.
I had never met her before. She kind of came up to me. She was like, "Hi," and I don't know. We just hit it off. Like she's great energy, and I don't know. Like I'm able to connect with people and like be friends with people pretty quickly, but with her it was like, I don't know how to explain
Instant.
it. Yeah, instant. I'm also able to like have my humor that I usually do and everything. Or like different people.
What kind of humor?
I don't
Is it dark?
No, I just think.
He smiled, so it might be a little dark.
No, but I would say I can kind of like laugh at really dumb things, or like little things that most people wouldn't think is funny.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like she kind of understands my humor.
She gets you.
Yeah, she gets me. So
you'll have your own language.
Yeah, I've had so much fun. Like, generally had so much fun planning this event behind the scenes, and we're texting day and night, calls day and night about it. But basically, we're so excited.
Yeah, well, I can tell that you've put a lot of work into it. When I see those, you know, I'm over here thinking I'm a professional. I've shot weddings. I've done paid work. You know, I've been shooting for a long time. I do this thing. You know, I got a big mouth. That's all it is. I'm not like, you know, I'm nothing special. I just have a big mouth and I've got a platform. But you know, and I'm like looking at y'all's work. I'm like, all right, I need to step up my game because it's just everything is laid out so professionally.
Thank you.
And I mean, but again, I don't mean to take it to this, but most of the ladies that I've seen, you know, putting work out, like yourself, Jen, Joe, all those people. I mean, not to take anything away from like, you know, Russell and Elliot and Chris. Chris does a great job, but we just have like it's more like, it's like, pow, you know, here it is, you know, but you guys like, it's like, everything's mapped out. It's all laid out on this thing, and it just looks beautiful, and it looks professional.
Thank you.
Like for real. You. Yeah, for sure.
That's the goal, for sure.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I didn't mean to pontificate.
No.
Just keep talking about your event.
No, you're good. I appreciate it. I think there is some confusion on what exactly it is.
Okay.
And I think it can also have to do with the collab networking events. I think a lot of people thought I was hosting one of the networking events.
A little bit.
When I said content day. So I think the main thing right now is figuring out a way to separate. So Kayla and I, we recently made a video. We're going to post it soon. Just kind of explaining more of the details and exactly who it's for, exactly what it is, at what time, because I don't want anyone to be confused on what it is. So this event's for photographers only, and whether you're a new photographer or been a seasoned photographer, it doesn't matter. It's for anyone.
I love that. Sorry, you could tell she's from YouTube because she looks right at the camera when she's talking to it.
Did I even realize I was doing that?
No, you're good. Keep going. It's perfect.
But,
I'm going to use these as clips, except for the part where I talk.
No, you're good.
Yeah, so shut up.
I know, right? Jeez.
Just kidding.
But yeah, so actually I forgot what I was saying.
So you were saying that people were confused by, is it a collab event? Is it not a collab event? And you're like trying to figure out a way to like let people know.
Yeah,
like,
I got a lot of DMs of people asking to model for the event. I was like, how did I word this to where it seems like a modeling event? So that's basically my thing. Like, if you have any advice too, like on how to word it differently.
Well, let me tell you what I kind of got from it. I got that there's a specific. I didn't check to see. I don't recall the location. It is it at Collab or somewhere?
One of the sessions are at
Okay.
Collab.
So I didn't really. I kind of picked up on like that there would be a couple of models, and then you as the photographers would be able to buy like time to shoot those specific models that are styled specifically to this shoot. That's what I got from it.
So you're correct.
Is that right?
You're correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So if anybody else got anything else, they're just dumb.
No,
I'm
not
kidding.
calling y'all dumb.
No. They just didn't read it, maybe.
Maybe.
Mostly guys, probably.
So basically, for example, you're a photographer.
Yeah.
And you're there for the whole day. It's a whole day event. We have 5 different concepts, and you just get to photograph each concept. But it's laid out for you. So instead of you having to, have that couple contact you first, and then you schedule the shoot and everything, it's all
done.
It's all there for you to make it whatever you'd want it. You can help move the models and get whatever shot that you want.
Right.
And I've been to 3 different content days, so I've been able to kind of experience each one. And each have been a little bit different, but I have had a great experience every time. I've met such amazing creatives every time.
Right.
That's why I wanted to host my own for sure. But a lot of them, but there were over 100. So like the ticket price is amazing. Only 100 for 5 different concepts, and we feed you. Like I mean, I think that's a great deal.
What are we eating?
It's a surprise.
Oh, it's a surprise. Okay. So it's going to be chicken nuggets.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I have such a what is it? A kids menu diet.
A kids menu diet.
Yeah,
Explain.
I'm a chicken nugget and fries girl at 21.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not a kid. Most young adults, you're like the same age as my youngest daughter.
Really? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. And if she could eat nothing but chicken nuggets all day, she would.
Yeah. I'm trying to broaden my palate, though.
Yeah, are you?
I mean, rice and beans.
Did you eat something green this year?
I think just some lettuce.
Yeah, that's the hardest
thing. If you were to see my salad, you'd be like, that's not even a real salad.
What's in there? Gummy bears? Like, what do you put in your salad?
Something like that. No, it's just like literally lettuce and ranch. That's
okay. It's a salad.
I mean, yeah.
You know?
I guess so.
Maybe try throwing a couple of things of like green leaf lettuce in there or some romaine. You know?
Yeah. Cucumbers.
I don't like cucumbers.
What?
So his wife, my daughter, has got him hooked on the cucumber, onion, bell pepper.
Oh man,
salad.
It's got vinegar
it's like
with oil and
salt
and it's
pretty
just
much
so
it.
good. Yeah.
It's they're Serbian, so it's like a European salad. They just slice up cucumbers and,
Maybe I need to
and
try
bell peppers,
cucumbers again.
onions, put them all together with some like white distilled vinegar and a little olive oil. Mix it up, a little salt on it.
I just need to try it.
Man, make you want to smack your mama.
Oh man.
I need to
Of course,
try
I know
it.
better. My mom will kill me.
Mine too.
So let's keep talking. Sorry,
No,
we keep
you're
getting
fine.
off base. So you've got 5 styled shoots.
Yes.
Are we using 5 different sets of models, or is it okay? And you said one of the locations will be at Collab.
Yes.
Is that for just one of the styled shoots? And are these all in one? You said they're all in one day. Are we doing multiple days here?
No.
Just all one day.
One day.
How many hours are we talking about?
8.
8 hours.
But you'll be fed. And
But
you'll have
you'll
so
be
much
fed.
fun.
Yeah.
I've done it 3 times, and one of them were longer. So
Yeah.
I promise it's worth it.
No, I mean it sounds really cool, but
Mhm.
like, that's a long day.
Yeah.
Are they going to be out? So some of these going to be outside, or are they all going to be indoors?
Some are outside and some are indoor.
Okay.
And we're gonna have water breaks because this Florida heat is insane.
What happens? And I don't want to jinx it, but what happens in the unlikely event that the Florida weather gets the best of it? Everyone.
And rains.
Either that or is like 1,000 degrees.
I would say we'll find some shade.
Bring an umbrella.
Yeah. Okay.
Bring an umbrella, plastic bags.
Something.
If we have to, we'll figure that
Add
out.
that
for
to your
sure.
video.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no, we'll definitely figure it out. And if we have to do, most of them indoors, we'll figure that out.
You can
for sure.
so you'll be able to have a contingency plan and shift.
No, definitely. We definitely have a backup plan.
Okay, perfect.
Knowing, how hot it can be and
Yeah.
if it rains, like I think all day, I mean not all day, but all week there is at least 2 hours of rain.
Yeah.
So
Afternoon showers.
we're hoping it's not like that.
Right.
But, you
Yeah,
can control it.
I just canceled a shoot. Well, we're in the process of rescheduling, but she's a fire. I don't know what they call them.
Fire performer?
Yes, that's probably bad. I'm like fire flow, I don't know, fire person twirler. I don't know, but yeah, her and her friend. I was going to take them out, and we looked at the weather, and they were like, if I put makeup on and go out, not me, them.
Yeah.
Put makeup on and go outside, it's just going to be in my
melt.
eyes. It's
Yeah.
going to melt, especially with the heat from the flames and stuff. So I was like, damn.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about mentioning it to the guys at the collab and seeing if I could use that space, but
Yeah, it should definitely.
yeah, for
come
sure.
out.
I feel weird about bringing fire into the.
They've actually. I know we have had fire performers come to the collab networking events as well, and they even did their thing there. And I think once or twice, I think Will has even done a shoot with one of the fire performers too. So I don't think they'd have an issue with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem pretty laid back about things.
Yeah. I would ask.
Well, I'll definitely check with them and see if they have a spot available
Mhm.
so I can get in there.
I'm
Cause
sure they'll have a spot.
yeah, I just I have this like you with the styled shoot. Like you have like ideas. Like when you see someone, and that's kind of how I do any. I'm just kind of getting my feet wet and shooting models. I don't never really had the draw to do that.
Makes sense.
I'm like a landscape, starry night, moon, whatever. I shoot self-portraiture, whatever. Whatever I can think of. I love macro photography. That type of stuff is more my bag,
Yeah.
But models, it can be fun. It's just that, you're working with people, and people have like feelings. And like, and like they have all these, and they say things.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I see somebody on Instagram, and pretty much that's where I go.
Yeah.
Especially if they're local or what have you, and I'm like, I'd like to. I get this idea, and I guess you guys all set up mood boards around those ideas.
Yeah. No, definitely.
I have yet to do that. I started talking to Joe about doing a mood board, and she is so great. She just takes your idea and starts like compounding and adding onto it, and I'm like, okay, calm down. You need to take 5 steps backwards because you're doing the most right now. But for me, like it's too much. Let's go a little slower. But do you find that the mood boards help you in your photography?
They do, and I see a big difference compared to when I have a mood board or compared to when I don't.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes when I don't, it's usually because I have so many shoots that week, and I was just focused on the shoot itself and not really planning behind the scenes for it. So I can definitely feel a big difference, like posing the models as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, wait, I had ideas, but I can't think of the exact pose, because I do like to help my models pose and everything. I know some photographers may not as much, but I really try to like make sure they're comfortable and know what looks good. I'll make sure to show them the photos, but having a mood board definitely helps with like posing and all that.
For sure. Do you feel strong about like your process and posing models? Do you feel strong about that? Like that you're good? That's one of your strong points?
I would say so. I think I struggle with it sometimes. Like if I can tell the model isn't very comfortable, then that's when I kind of struggle, because I feel like I'll think it looks so good, but I'll show them, they're like, okay, wait, that was like the best pose I had right there. Yeah, you didn't like it. So I'm like, let me think of something else. But I think I can work on it. I don't think I'm bad at posing models, but I can definitely work on it and grow in that aspect.
When something like that happens, how do you pivot? I mean,
I was like, let's look up some poses, and you let me know what makes you comfortable. I had actually made a mood board for a client, and they hearted it and everything. I sent them the ideas. They hearted it. I like it. Came to the shoot. Actually, I didn't like those ideas, and I was like, oh, well, you didn't tell me, girl. Yeah. You hearted it. I'm thinking, okay, let's just run with it. But I was glad she let me know, and we changed things around, and it looked amazing. So I think just them being honest too and not afraid to tell me, oh, Joe, I don't like this, so I can work something else out, was like very important.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. That is not one of my strong suits. Posing people.
Models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not everyone tells me to go to Pinterest. Just go to Pinterest. You'll find all the poses.
That's the thing.
I don't like Pinterest.
Really? Oh, I love Pinterest. I wasn't about to say I don't like Pinterest.
I started a Pinterest or whatever.
Yeah.
I started a page and, started pinning things and doing all that stuff, but it's just like, nothing comes of it,
Really?
But I don't really
I love
put
Pinterest.
much in time. I don't invest a lot of time into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess there's a lot out there that you can
Yeah, and I think it's also
pull from.
evolved a little bit for businesses too. Like I follow a few accounts, and like social media managers are like, you should really get on Pinterest because the analytics are showing, people's accounts do better on there. I'm like, oh. But I never started it. Maybe I should.
You never started a page?
No, I was like, let me master Instagram and my website first. So, yeah.
I feel like Instagram is kind of like the best avenue right now. Do you mess with Threads at all?
I did. I think I followed you too.
Probably. I don't really post anything on there. It
lasted like for a week. It was so high.
In 1 month, they dropped down 81% in active users from the first day.
Really?
Nice. Yeah.
81%.
I don't know. I was excited. I was like, this is cool. I had a lot of people follow me on there. And then, I think after 4 days, I was like, eh.
I'm bored of this.
Yeah.
So, well, it reminds me so much of Twitter. Have you ever used Twitter?
Yeah. I never really used it much. I think back in, my freshman year of high school. But
I'm sorry. It's X now.
X, dude.
Yeah, I know. I saw that, and then every time I get a notification, it's like
X.
The X logo, and I'm like, I need to delete this. I don't know. It doesn't look.
Yeah.
If you take the X image and mirror image it, flip it over like a page to where it makes the Illuminati sign.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, I'm deleting it.
Get out of here.
I'm deleting it.
Whatever.
I don't really use Twitter, so.
Half of the artists out today are in the Illuminati. It's fine.
I'm over here scared of Doja Cat's new song. I don't even want to look at it.
If that's real,
yeah, that was weird.
If that's real, that's weird. Elon Musk trolling the rest of the world. That's all that is. I really feel like he is a kid in a playground with. He's got too much money, too much time, and you know what? I couldn't say I wouldn't be doing the same thing. People bag on him all the time, but he's literally created some of the world's best stuff.
Speaking of world, 2X World said shooting with Tokyo ?
Me?
Yeah.
I've met her, I think, twice. I've seen her twice, but I've never never set up anything, but maybe in the near future we can. For
Tokyo.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
I'll have to Google that person.
She's
or
one
hunt
of the
them up.
fire performers.
Oh, okay, yeah. No,
I know Will did a shoot with her recently.
I gotcha. Yeah, I was talking to, I can't remember their names right off the top of my head, but Sacral. I can't remember their Instagram handles. I'm like the worst.
There's so many handles. So.
It is, and I've got you know what the Dunbar number is, right? It's like you've only got so much room in your brain for like remembering people and things. Mine's been shot. It's just, and I wish I could like delete some stuff and make some more room, but it's just so hard.
Make a new folder.
But it's just not yet. We're not there yet.
No.
Soon enough, we'll have chips in our head and we'll be able to do that kind of stuff.
Just have the trash, drag all the memories and
drop them in the trash. All the stuff you don't want.
With the little sound effect.
Well, that'll be our therapy, right?
Yep.
Instead of going to therapy, you go in and then the psychiatrist plugs in and they just go, okay, this is a traumatic memory.
Then you have like the computer right there to show you.
Yeah. And everybody will just be happy all the time. Yep. No more depression.
I think we solved it.
Yeah, I think that's it. Elon, get that chip ready because we got to delete some memories.
It's just a Black Mirror episode.
It kind of is, isn't it? A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like The Simpsons. They kind of nailed a lot of the things that's happened.
Yeah, every single time something happens, I see on Instagram, The Simpsons predicted.
Right.
I'm still waiting on the episode where they pull the mask off the politicians and it's lizard people.
It could happen, man.
Get ready.
Who knows?
Sorry we got off topic,
No,
but these things happen.
Sorry.
No, it's
You're
okay.
Good.
It's okay, Patrick. He doesn't know any better. He's not trained.
Oh, Lord.
No, but it just happens, and it's okay if it does. We're all just here to have some fun. But okay, so one day, 8 hours, 5 styled shoots, and okay. I'm going to clarify one more time for myself because I've forgotten already, or I just want to clarify. 5 models or 5 different sets of models, or is it
5 different sets? So, for example, we have an ice cream date. So we have a couple, which is 2 models. The second one, second concept is at collab. We have 2 sets of models for 2 different concepts. One's going to be like monochromatic. The other one's going to be kind of floral. So there'll be multiple models for one concept.
Okay.
So just to give it some, variety, so not everyone's photos look the same.
Right.
If you wanted to have that variety. So.
What is your goal with doing this event?
My goal is to help other photographers really have something new for their feed. I know sometimes in Jacksonville it's like, where can I shoot that looks nice? What can I do to mix up my feed without having to travel super far?
Right.
Like I travel to Orlando all the time for photography, but just basically being able to use the Jacksonville areas in a different way that maybe most photographers haven't done. So
okay, so that's good. Like helping curate feeds, and I'm hopefully these people that are coming they'll know what they're doing, so they don't waste their money and everyone's time. But could it be used as a sort of learning type of thing where you if you're having issues, maybe you'll step in and say, all right, let me pose them this way and then let me check your settings on your camera.
That's also another goal, being able, that's what I'm saying by it's great for a beginner or a seasoned photographer because we can all help each other, or if you need a new headshot or anything like that, just really collaborate with other people too and network as well for the whole day. By the end of the day, I promise you'll have at least one new photographer friend.
At least.
Sure. At least.
Yeah.
Every event that I've gone to, content day, you know how sometimes people get gatekeep.
Right.
I'm able to text one of them hey, how do you do this? Because I'm not gonna message someone super well known and then them just not reply back to me. But if they already know the information, I'm hey, if you don't mind, can you help me with this? Same thing goes for them. Hey, Joe, what do you do for this?
Right.
So basically being able to have that friend throughout your journey
Yeah.
So.
No, that's great. I mean, that is great. I think we need more workshops like that for sure. I am the worst about going to these workshops and meetups. And honestly, like it, if I hadn't met the guys and walked into the studio before the event the first event I went to, I might not have gone because I'm very antisocial. Not like in a bad way, not like I hate people. Yeah. You know, it's just I don't know. I'm like,
and there is a lot of
I could go do
too.
that, or I could work on something else, or I could just catch up on One Piece or whatever.
No, which is understandable, and that's huge that that interaction you had made such a big difference because, I know you met a lot of people through it, a lot of people you've done podcasts with too. So I guess that's also an example. Just go for it.
Yeah. Just do it, man.
Just do it.
For real. I mean, that's the advice that I give. But for sure, I think it's great that you guys are doing this. I want to call it a workshop. I know it's not. It's a styled shoot.
Seminar?
Seminar's a little different.
Well, everybody's learning from each other, right?
Yeah, but it's like that's like a stage.
I haven't
and there's
heard that word since
guy
history.
Talking. Yeah, Gary V is on the stage and he's talking to everybody. That's a seminar.
Oh, okay.
This is like people are. I think it does help when everybody's actually doing the thing. Like I talked with the guys. Like I know there's a couple of other like meetups or networking events or what have you, but they're different. It's not like the collab event. A collab, I can get lost in shooting photos. I don't have to think about how I don't want to be around that many people all at once. I can just get into my camera and be in my zone. But some of these other events, they're like cocktail parties or like you meet up and just have some drinks and it's like a mixer type of thing. And I have some friends that go, and I'd love to go hang out with them. But A, I don't drink, and B, I don't want to be in a place like that if I don't have to be. So I mean, that's what made the collab so much. And God, we just keep getting pulled back in. It's everywhere. It's just they're infecting.
Should have worn my shirt.
You should have. That would have been. We'd have been twinning.
Yes.
Hashtag twinning. All right. So you've got that. Have you had many signups?
We have, but also not.
But we need more.
We need more. There's 8 slots, and we still have about 4.
4 left.
So we don't want to have too many people. Just like we said, it is different locations.
Yeah.
And everyone having to drive. And that's also what we did. We made sure each location is within 10 minutes of each other.
Kind of central.
Yeah, because the content days I have attended, some of them were like a 40-minute drive to get to the next location. Like
coming here?
Yeah. The ones I went to were in Georgia. No, wait. I just got what you said. If I have to drive, I'll drive. But yeah, so we just wanted to make everything very close together. And with that in mind, especially with, the Florida heat and everything.
Sure. Especially there are a lot of great spots outside, out here in Jacksonville. You just kind of have to scout them out.
Yeah. No,
but
definitely.
I'm going to tell you guys that $100, and I sound like Sally Struthers in a commercial about like, starving children, but for $100, an 8-hour day, you get 5 different sets of models. Stop me if I say something wrong. You're going to get guidance, from Jomaris. And who else? What was
Kayla.
And Kayla. So I mean, what's to lose? I mean, you get great content. You're going to curate.
And food.
Yeah, and food. I forgot the most important thing. I mean, so it sounds like what day is it on?
August 24th, Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
Yeah, so we have wanted to do it.
Of course, you had to do it on a Thursday. That's my day off.
I wanted to do
now
it
I'm
on
like,
a weekend.
Now I'm going to have to go.
Yes. No, we wanted to do it on a weekend, but I didn't want to feel too overwhelmed because I knew I'd have like a lot going on the weekends. And with so many people also confused kind of on like what it was. I knew a lot of people would sign up and then not really know what they're really signing up for, if that makes any sense.
It does. So, were they like signing up and paying you?
That's what I was worried about.
Right.
But before anyone has signed up, they've messaged me privately like, hey, just so I know, like, can you give me some more details? I want to make sure we're on the same page. So.
Well, that's good.
And that's also why, because like I said, the last content dates I've been to, they were like $250 at least.
Yeah, $100 ain't bad.
Yeah, so we also wanted it to be kind of lower so that if we do another event like this in the future, we can really show, how it's supposed to go. So.
Right.
So, yeah.
Do you have someone making content of your content day?
That's the plan, for sure.
You have somebody out there filming everything, and
that's the goal.
Okay.
Trying to get Will to do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm trying to collaborate with him and see if he can. If not,
I think Jim would be
I'm just gonna say I'm off that day. I'm usually off on Thursdays.
If you can, I would absolutely love that for sure.
I mean, the more the merrier, right?
No, definitely.
I mean, if you get Will and if I come out, I mean, my goal would just be to help you. I don't, I don't need anything.
I would love some help.
Yeah,
so for
sure.
I can send you some details.
Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me.
You're good.
I didn't even drink coffee.
Really?
And it's like I made a whole pot.
Wow.
Oh.
See this?
And you forgot about it.
No, it was time to go. It was time to start. I'll get some later.
Sorry.
It's all right. I've got a lot of things. I'll edit this podcast. I've got photos. I've got video to do. I mean, it never ends.
Yeah, I have a lot to edit before my trip.
Yeah, I've been working with I've been trying to work with a lot of bands, as many bands as possible. That's where I see, like, the way I do things is like I'll like, kind of like you said earlier with yourself, you just like don't really niche down. You just kind of like go, what am I interested in this week?
Yeah.
So like this portion of this year, it might just be devoted to the entire year. I don't really know, but that's like what my main projects are, is like live bands.
Wow.
My goal is to build a small portfolio of shooting live bands so that whenever a big band comes through, I can kind of petition and see if I can get into the pit.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
That'd be great.
Or maybe even
Hope that goes
backstage.
well.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
But the only way you can find out is to do the thing, do the work, put the time in, and then ask.
Yep.
Right?
Definitely.
What, so like, do you do any of that, or do you see things like certain types of photography that you like, or what have you, and you're like, I want to work on a project like that?
I was researching a bit like concert photography, kind of similar to bands, but concert photography. I was like, I don't know where to start. I think that in general, I think that's what stops a lot of people from doing what they want to do, not knowing what to do to start, and then a mixture of like having so many ideas in their head. That can definitely stop people, and myself. But I don't know. I was interested in like concert photography, but I was like, let me stick with what I'm doing for now. Maybe next year. I also want to get back into video, like videography.
Right.
Not just YouTube, but like legitimate like videography.
Right.
I was like, let me do my thing first this year and like try it next year.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think one little tip that I will give you, and I did this a couple years ago with a buddy of mine. He actually shoots a lot of like local rap artists. He makes their like videos, their little rap video. I say little, my bad, Mac. But he does a fantastic job.
Yeah.
He's not charging near enough. But I like collaborated with him, and I said, we both talked, and I said, let's make like a short film. And so, we had like rough ideas. This is how, whereas if you were to do this, it would probably be like mood boards, there'd be a flow, there'd be charts and graphs, and we just were like, look, so this is the idea, and we just went downtown and we started shooting it.
Yeah.
And it was only like, I want to say it ended up being like a 8-minute short little thing, but I mean, we just used, like, I used my girlfriend, he used his wife and his kids, and we were like, I wasn't in it, I was shooting the whole thing, but like I shot it and then he edited it. So like it was cool, like, to see, because I was all, you know how it is when you shoot a video and you're like, I want to edit this, like, I don't trust it. Would be like you handing off one of your videos to me and let me edit it for you. You'd be like nervous.
That's not my style.
Yeah, you're like, oh, what is he gonna do? God, I'm gonna look crazy as shit. Probably you would. But yeah, so I mean, that would be something I think that would be fun. It's not just like a learning experience, but it's super fun, I think.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to do something like that,
Yeah, no, I'd
partner with
love
somebody.
to do something like that. Like I said, I think that's also why I would wait, because I, like you said, would want to really put my time in planning.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah.
Good
I mean,
on you.
it is a bummer. Like, when you put so much effort into something and then you don't get kind of the outcome that you're expecting. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think if I plan it out, I won't, what's the word? Like, go into it so blindsided
Yeah.
is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that, like, when you plan things and then it doesn't come out exactly the way you want it to,
Mm-hmm.
But that just, you learn from that lesson and you keep doing it, right?
Yeah, no, exactly.
So, what are some of the, okay, we've talked, you told me some of the styles in the styled shoot. I want to like run me through like all of them. You said there's like a floral, there's more monochromatic, which I'm interested in that. I love shooting black and white. My whole house inside is like monochromatic. This is my style, black and gray.
Yeah,
if I
your
could turn my
aesthetic.
skin, if I could turn my skin black and white, that's what I'd do. Look like an old black and white movie all the time. Love it. But what are some of the other styles that are in that styled shoot? Or do you don't want to give them away?
I don't want to give them all away.
Okay. It's a surprise. You'll have to read the book.
Surprise, yeah. For sure. We do have a few mood boards posted on our Instagrams if you do want to like zoom in and see what you're getting yourself into, for sure. But like I said, I wanted to give everyone variety, and how you were speaking about earlier, like if I'm going to be helping teach people, that's also one of the goals and why I wanted to do collab as well, so I can show people, how to use the lights and everything. Because I actually know a few photographers who haven't really shot in studio, and if they have, they don't know how to work with the lights and the trigger and the flash.
100%. I feel like you're right. I feel like there's a lot of, when you're a newer photographer, a lot of times the first thing you shoot is natural light, and then you get accustomed to natural light, and then you set foot into a studio and it's like, wait a minute, everything's different.
And you definitely have to change your settings as well. Actually, Will helped me a lot at the collab, because the lights that we use at the collab are completely different from the ones I was using at JB's first studio.
Okay.
So I had to get accustomed to it and figure out, but he gave me some really good tips.
And you learned how to use like the strobes and all that stuff? I hate strobes.
Really?
I will pop flash if I just absolutely have to have some fill light, but I mean, I prefer these types of lights, like not the globe, these are just soft boxes, but like I just like constant lights.
Definitely.
For me, I feel like you can, where the light's going to land.
Yeah.
Already. And then you can get your settings, you can get your exposure right, and then you can move your model around if you need to.
Yeah.
But
that makes sense.
Problem is when you're shooting outside, because sometimes you do need to expose for the background, right? And then you use
change
that
all your settings.
fill light. If you expose for the background, you won't see the model in the front. It's a whole thing. And when I started, we didn't really mess with flash or any lights or anything like that. It was all, and again, there was no digital anything when I started shooting. It was
I think you had mentioned something about film with the collab when you did their podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I bring it up a lot because I need to really maybe reel it back in about how old I am. I'm always talking, I'm so old, but it's just like, it's what I knew. It's what I know. It's how I learned how to get the right exposure. I didn't have an LCD screen. I couldn't just change my settings and see it.
Do you still do film sometimes?
I have an old film camera, and I use it occasionally, but I don't care for it.
Oh.
It would be like me having a horse and buggy outside. Why would I ride in that when I have a nice air-conditioned vehicle with rubber tires and shock absorbers, all the good things, and I can plug my Bluetooth in. It's all good, you know what I mean? That's why technology is awesome.
No horse poop.
I don't gotta pick up any, dog poop. It could be tantamount of horse poop. They're so big. I hope they're not dead out there. It's like 100 degrees.
Oh yeah.
No, I heard him barking inside a minute ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, Alana may be home. Where was I? What were we talking about? Have you ever shot film?
Mm-mm.
No?
I have like a little disposable
film
camera, but not like a legitimate
Yeah.
film camera.
You can pick up an old film camera for pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I bought the first. I still want to get, just for like shits and giggles, because I want to get the first camera that I ever held in my hand, which was a Pentax K1000. Mm-hmm. You can probably pick one up for like $60 now.
Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, I bought a Canon AE1 or something like that, and it was like $100.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I see a lot on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Too, so I'm like,
for sure.
I'm always scrolling, like, oh, looks nice.
Because what happened was I think we're kind of getting out of it now, but there was a whole trend of where like, it was like a hipster trend. They're like, I'm not doing digital, man. I'm shooting film, man. You know, and it's like, okay, man. You know, I mentioned, and I feel really bad. I hope this lady never hears this podcast, but I was out doing a Christmas shoot with some people out in Alpine Grove. I don't know if you've ever been out there. Okay, you know that place. We were out there, and they had that white cottage, and on one side, we were on one side, and she was shooting on the other side, because you can kind of shoot all the way around it. But I looked over, and I'm like, I hear, and I'm like, you're shooting customers, you're shooting clients with a film camera. And I started talking to her, and she's like, yeah, I shoot weddings with this. My God, bless your heart. Yeah. And I mean, if I was going to shoot a film camera, it would be a newer film camera that was, because they went from like the old to where it was like electronic, you know, it would move the, but wow. No.
Yeah, but isn't that like a huge risk?
What?
Yeah.
Shooting film?
It really is.
Like,
for the whole
you get it exposed, and then they pay you $3,000 for what? You know what I mean? Like,
and then you go to print the photos.
You might want to rethink that strategy.
Yeah, I know a lot of wedding photographers have like their digital, you know, package, and then they offer film at the same time.
Really?
Yeah, that's really popular in wedding photography.
Do they just shoot in digital and then turn it, make it look filmy?
They'll bring both.
Oh, really?
So that you have, what is it, like options?
I could get down with that.
I think, you should do it one day.
I think I could get down with that during a wedding. But
I feel like that's something I would want. I would want some film photos in my wedding, yeah.
But you do know that you can make a digital photo look just like the same as a film photo.
But it looks so nice when it's like straight out of the camera.
Oh, but it's not really. This is my problem, and I'm not trying to dissuade you from it. But like, it's not straight out of the camera, because you're going to develop the film, the negative. You're going to then superimpose the negative onto basically you're going to digitize it. And once it's digitized, it ain't straight out. It's a JPEG, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Or, I guess that's raw. You know, but I just, the reason the last film that I shot, I just, when I got done, I got the digitals back, and then I take it in Lightroom, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
But like, back in the day, it was either color or black and white, and there was just the RGB. That was it. You didn't really get a lot of color.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, so, but that's why I shot a lot of black and white, because you can actually get contrast, and you can get, it just looks better to me.
Yeah.
If you get the right film. God, I can't. I'm like going down memory lane. I'm like walking in the dark room. I'm, you know, unspooling doing all of that, like actually developing the film roll, and then taking it in and printing it. Oh, it's a lot of work.
I can imagine doing a whole wedding.
Yeah.
Doing all that.
Could you? I mean, because you've done a wedding. How many photos do you deliver on a wedding, roughly? Ballpark.
So I recently did one about 2 weeks ago. I took over 2,000 or 3,000 photos.
You don't deliver that many.
No. But definitely a little over 300 or 400.
That's about average.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? You shoot 2,000-3,000 photos.
Yeah.
And then you give back 300 or 400. That's like a little over what, 1% or 10%? It's not good. But it's typical.
Yeah.
What's your turnaround time with those?
With weddings, I would say, in general, I try to, send my photos as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
But I don't do weddings as often to really have a turnaround time for those. But my regular shoots, about a week and a half.
Yeah.
At most.
Well, one thing I'll tell you.
School and work.
I gotcha. You try to get it done fast.
While still sleeping.
Right, and giving yourself time to sleep.
Yeah.
Now I've learned to always create a contract, and in that contract, there's two things that I make sure, damn sure that I put in that contract. One is the most important for me. Food.
Oh yeah.
I will eat. As the bride and groom go up, I'm the next person behind them. As soon as they get their food, I'm eating as well. And there's a reason for it. It's not just because I'm hungry and I'm greedy, but it's like when the bride and groom are eating, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's your chance.
You have to eat right then,
Like
because
you're getting a bite and then they're like,
yeah, if you eat last and then they're done eating and then they get up and start doing, now you can't eat.
Yeah.
So that's in all of my contracts. And gosh, what was the other, what we were just talking about?
Refunds?
Refunds. That's a good one. That's a third one. I got off on the food. I shouldn't have done that. Goodness.
Two main things on your contract.
Yeah,
Food
I
and
know.
what else?
I don't know, man.
No, remember.
I will.
Or maybe not.
2 weeks. Oh no, I'm sorry. 4 weeks. It takes about a month. I try to give myself at least
for weddings.
For weddings.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, regular clients no, but I try to always put it in the contract that they don't start coming at me until it's like a day after a month, because 4 weeks is about average for turnaround time. You don't want to rush through those special moments, like you really don't.
And that's why I think it's so important to send like sneak peeks.
Yeah.
That's what I usually try to do with all my clients, whether it's a wedding or not.
You're not nicer than I am.
Just sending some sneak peeks so that, I know they at least are liking the editing style before I put all my hard work into this, and so they're not waiting too long. No, you're good.
Yeah, I don't know. I make them sweat for sure. I mean, I did their wedding. I was in their wedding
and
working. Of course, when I was doing something, my girlfriend was second shooting.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if this is like a thing now, but like they did their reception like on a different date. So
I've never seen
was it like 6 months after the wedding?
Yeah, so we did it. We got married in October last year, and then we had our reception in April this year. And then he shot, him and your girlfriend, Alana, they shot our wedding when we got married in October, and then Russell, right?
Yeah, so Scenic Photography, he did their reception.
He shot our reception in April. I want to say he sent almost 1,000 pictures.
Yeah.
But it took, again, it was like 45 to 60 days. So, but mad respect to him because he did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And then the pictures at the wedding, just phenomenal because we did it outside. So, yeah. It was,
and he got incriminating video of me doing some weird dance.
Got you off guard.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Don't worry about
it. How are we on time, Patty? Is anybody asking any questions?
We're at an hour 14. There's been a couple people popping in and out. I've seen it go up a few, but just 2X World saying what's good, fam, at the beginning, and then shooting with Tokyo. But I have a question for you though. Do you use AI at all for?
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah,
I haven't tried it.
Yeah, I haven't tried it. Do you think you'll try it in the future, and do you think it'll be like something that's taken over a majority of the editing market come 10 years?
I would say yes and no, because I feel like some people are going to notice that AI is taking over and then not feel like it's as great, basically. Like, well, I want someone who's really doing
authentic.
The work. That's the word, authentic.
Yeah.
And I think right now it's super cool and helpful in a lot of ways. But when it changes the whole look of the photo, it's like kind of scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whole trends. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but just whole trends in the media or like in the social media atmosphere, and then how like people are just kind of already like pushing through it in their phones. You know what I mean, for everyday stuff. So I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be integrated to a point where like photographers at weddings will be able to speed up their time.
Yeah.
Oh, for
I
sure.
feel like it would definitely be helpful.
It'd be some time before they get the authenticity factor of it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think we can maneuver with it in the future for sure.
Well, it's already in pretty much all the editing programs that we use. I mean, Lightroom, Photoshop, Premiere Pro. These are the things that I use. I don't know if there's other programs that people use, but Adobe Audition. There's like all these things. There's an AI in it. So that is a it's a helpful tool now.
Like I use it for like removing things,
Yeah,
adding, but changing like the complete background or something, like I haven't.
You haven't tried it yet? No. Yeah, I tried it with Photoshop when it was in beta.
Yeah, that's what I use, Photoshop.
And it's just like, the guys, whoever's doing it on YouTube, because they show they're like, oh, it looks so cool. You know, then they'll like edge feather the subject so it doesn't look all like
too
hard.
Much of a difference.
Right, the contrast. But then it's like, my shit don't look like that. What are you talking about? You know, I can't. It doesn't seem to work out.
I've seen like some people's fingers like morphed differently.
Right?
And I don't know if y'all have seen, but like on TikTok, like everyone using the Remini app.
Remini.
So it's basically this app, and it's AI. You put a photo of yourself, and AI will make like a business picture of you.
I have seen that.
Yeah, you in a wedding dress, or you as a model.
Okay.
And some of them look good, and then some of them like.
Yeah,
like
I've seen some really good.
Faces. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like supposedly like their professional portfolio profile pictures and all that good stuff.
And so you're commenting like, I'm going to use this for Indeed. I'm like, at that point.
Right, yeah. And how many fingers? You might want to check that, fella.
Yeah, you have 11 fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's called Remini? Does it cost money?
Yeah, so, and there's like already big videos of like live streams online you can find of like deep fakes of Donald Trump and Joe Biden, like debating each other, like, but using slurs and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, it's getting pretty, I guess worrisome would be the right word. But yeah, that's why I asked that, because there's going to be, I think, and I don't mean to take over the show, Jim.
No, you're
but
fine.
I think in the near future we're all going to be dealing with like an issue of, is that real? Like, can we deviate the two? So just something to think about. Like, I've been wanting to bring it up on the last couple shows, but now that I don't have the screen, I don't have the screen in my face now. I kind of like feel integrated with you guys. But just wanted to bring that up. So
no, definitely, and I think it's kind of scary how people can do like AI voices. I've had videos pop up, and it's like, this is how Ariana Grande sounds singing a Drake song. And I'm like, huh?
Example, there was a senator a couple weeks ago that got a prank phone call, and it was like from a friend, and ended up getting like duped out of some money or something like that. Or it was it wasn't a senator, it was a famous Hollywood actor or something.
Yeah, and it only takes like 30 seconds of listening to your voice, of you talking, to get like a really good facsimile of your voice.
I saw, I don't remember where I saw it, but a lot of people getting scammed, like older people.
Oh yeah.
And it's like somebody in their family or a close friend.
Yes.
I need help. Somebody just passed, or I need help. Like, I need money for this.
Yeah.
And they send the money.
Oh yeah.
And they get scammed. And they think somebody's actually like in need.
Yeah. There's definitely there's the light and the dark to everything.
Yes.
And there's definitely a dark side to the AI.
Like who's working behind the scenes?
I wanna go down a rabbit hole real quick.
Of course you do.
All right, so
tear out.
Just because I'm a producer, like I can't wait till you get a screen because I can pull all this articles up and everything.
Yeah.
But so Bruce Willis just sold his rights because he's getting old.
Right.
So they took 40,000 different images and voice clips of him, and basically they can make a Die Hard 36 or 69 and 2020. 8 or 2000, 300, whatever. And so, and just get ready for it. That's what I'm saying. Like, and then there's already people that have like secretly, or not secretly, but unknowingly sold their like identity rights to, or not identity, but like physical identity rights to Disney. And so they've been like, oh wow, I'm in a commercial, but I'm not getting paid. But well, you didn't read the fine print, so. Just beware. Yeah. Just beware. Yeah. When you check that box on Netflix to agree with the deals, be very, very careful.
I saw a lot of people freaking out about the Remini app. They're like, you put your photo for them to use it for so many different like fake photos, but supposedly I guess they're like stealing your information behind the scenes.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So.
I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. I did one of the AI thingamabobbers, and I'm not gonna do it again. I like uploaded a photo of myself, and it like I was like whatever medieval or whatever, and it just went through and just did all these really cool drawings of me. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is stupid. I just paid $20 for this, but. It can be helpful. It can be. I'm sure there's going to be
pros and cons.
There's always going to be a-holes out there that are going to, use it to hurt themselves or hurt others. Yeah. I mean, we can only hope that they would hurt themselves if they're that big of a-holes. That's a mean thing to say. I don't know. Well,
yeah, we'll edit that out.
No, we won't. I don't edit anything out. This is all live. Do you have any questions for me?
I do have
while we're here.
What made you want to start photography?
Well, back when I was 17, I want to say 17 or 18, probably 17. I was in high school, and it was I had more electives because I did all my academic stuff the first 2 or 3 years, or 2 years, and I was like, I get another elective. All right. So my dad was a photographer.
Really? Okay.
And apparently, I didn't know this until I got older, but the room that I grew up in was my dad's dark room
for a film.
Yeah. So he had all the chemicals and tables in there before I was in there. Obviously, not while I was there. That'd be weird. That might be what's wrong with me. But there was a little hole always outside at the house, and I was like, "Mom, what is that hole? Why is there a hole outside that?" And she was like, "Well, that was the drain hole for all the chemicals that because back then they didn't think about dumping." D76 and silver emulsification, all that stuff out onto the earth without filtration. But those are back in the old days. But my dad died when I was 2, so it was kind of a way for me to connect with my father in that medium.
That's huge.
So and I've just I got away from it for a while, and then when I came back, I was like, "What? It's all digital."
Yeah.
Okay, I took a class. I took an online course. I felt I was like, I'm never going to tell anybody that. I think you're probably the first person I told.
Really?
Yeah. But
no
just kind of came out. But yeah, I took an online course, and it was kind of silly.
I know a lot of people asked if I took classes for it or anything, but no, self-taught.
Self-taught.
There's definitely tutorials online that you can watch, editing wise, and tips and tricks how to change your manual settings depending on what you're doing. But
yeah, that's how out of it I was. I didn't realize that there was a whole YouTube out there with tips and tricks and
YouTube University.
Right, I didn't even think about it, but I was scrolling through Facebook one day, and there was some university on Facebook, and I was like, it's a $400 class, but we're only going to mark it down to $10. And I'm like, okay. So I did it, and it was all bunk. I mean, there wasn't people grading your photos.
Before, it was on Facebook, I think.
Yeah.
It was when I first started. I thought I wanted to do families. It's not my forte at all.
Yeah.
But it was how to pose the families.
Right.
And do your mini sessions.
Yeah.
It was cool, but
I mean, I'm sure that there's something that we can all gain from those things.
Definitely.
Even if it's one thing for $10 and it's a month-long process.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This was a short.
No, this was
thing.
A whole course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably could have learned a lot from that.
Right. And there were videos and then you were supposed to upload you would go out after the lesson, you'd go out and shoot in that style or whatever lesson you learned.
Yeah.
And then you upload your photos. But I was noticing, I think I was the only one that would act, because everyone grades each other's photos, or you would comment or critique. And I swear no one ever commented or critiqued me at all. But I would go in and I would look at other people's photos, and I'm like, you took that photo. You didn't just take that photo, because they give us a 30-minute window to go out. And when I'm looking and I see a bald eagle that's 2 inches above a lake, and then you shot, first of all, you shot that with a 300 mil lens. You didn't just go out there with a 50 mil lens. It's you did that.
That's
You're a
real.
professional photographer, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Or you stole that from
Yeah.
Getty Images or something. But
Yeah.
they don't check that stuff either. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but it was good. It was good, and I think that everyone should do some self-improvement at some point,
Definitely.
whether it's YouTube University or styled shoots
Yes.
with
Yes.
Jomaris.
And Kayla, yep. For
Yes,
sure.
for sure. So remind everybody again the date, the time. Well, we won't talk about the food because we're keeping that secret. But the date, the time, and again some of the details, and then give your information. All your Instagram, your partner's Instagram, all that good stuff. This is your time to shine.
So like you said,
YouTube
the content day is on August 24th from 10 to 8. Make sure to buy your ticket. It's in my Instagram bio and on Kayla's. And her Instagram is Aniston Photography Co. and mine's Joe Photogenics. So make sure to follow us both. And overall, it's going to be amazing. And if we get all the spots filled, it's going to be great. If we don't, it's still going to be great. We have so many local Jacksonville vendors. We have Waffle Cone Jacks. I don't know if you've been there.
I have not.
Yeah, it's a little ice cream shop in Riverside. I think it's like 3 minutes from the collab.
Okay.
But yeah, we have the collab as our vendor. Kayla has makeup artists and different people incorporated into this behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So a lot of effort and time being put into it, and we'd love for you guys to join. So definitely.
Sounds amazing. And I will be getting in touch with you about helping you shoot
Yes, I would love that.
creating content for you so that you can use it on social media to advertise for the next one or what have you, whatever it is, whatever I get, you can have it.
Yes, thank you.
And all of her links and all of her, all of the things that she's talking about, I'm going to put all that stuff. Do you have a website?
I do.
Okay. I'll put the website. It'll be all in the description below. Don't forget as well, if you happened upon this video and you didn't get to watch the entire thing and you just can't sit down and watch the video, the audio will be available on pretty much any provider that you use, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, what have you. So if you don't want to sit here and look at my ugly mug, I mean, she's a beautiful mug, but
Thank you.
we do keep switching back and forth.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to sit down or you don't have the time to sit down and watch, you can go in and just listen. So it should be uploaded within the next few days, what have you, whenever I decide to upload that audio. But do not forget, get out and shoot. Come see Joe. Did they call you Joe?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Jomaris is too hard for everyone, I guess.
Yeah, but now I'm going to say it because now I forgot to roll the R, so now I'm going to
You're
always
good.
want to say it. So, yes, come to Collab. You can meet Jomaris and, say the girl's name again. Kayla.
Yes.
I probably have met her, and I'm just
Probably,
so stupid
yeah.
that I don't remember.
No,
and I
you're
apologize,
good.
Kayla. I apologize. But, yes, come on out. It's like $15 at the door, or is it $20 at the door now?
20 at the door, 15 online.
Yeah. And then there's a special code, but I can't give it to you. It's for the people in the know.
Yeah.
So, that's it.
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
appreciate
2X said, great episode.
Yes.
Chris is always there. He's always watching, and he's always engaged. I
Yes,
love that.
that's awesome.
I can't wait to
He's
have.
so sweet.
Yeah.
He's so sweet.
I feel like I'm saving the best for last. I mean, I wish I would have done his earlier because I might try and see if I can bump it up a little bit, or maybe we can just do two.
I'm not gonna say names, but somebody had actually asked me, and they were like, they sent me a screenshot of one of his photos. So like, how do you think he edited it like that? I was like, girl, I don't know. I don't know, but he has a lot of people, in awe and looking at all the hard work he's putting in.
It's a lot of great
super young,
creatives.
too, so
oh yeah, I
he's doing
love it.
amazing.
I love it. I absolutely love it, and I love the fact that you guys are all like willing to come hang out with me for an hour and a half or whatever, and drive 100 miles to BFE to come see me. So I really appreciate it, and I look forward to very much more out of you.
Thank you.
And maybe we'll get to come back and do this again.
Yes.
But maybe I'll be somewhere else by then. Yeah. Can't really talk about that. Stuff going on in the works. But send us out, Pat. We're gonna land this plane. Thanks, guys, for everything. Chris, everybody else, I love you.
Bye.
See you.